what's up guys? Today we're going to be using the most toxic decks in Clash Royale, and each game that we play, the deck gets more toxic. It's time to assert dominance with total toxicity. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. Thanks to everyone that's supporting the high effort editing with creator code SirTag. So we've encountered our first victim and we're rolling through with the Bar Barrel. Whenever we see a Knight, I'm expecting our opponent to probably be playing a Cycle deck, and they're going to get torched by the Evolved Inferno Dragon if we can keep this thing alive with Electro Giant. The main reason why this deck is so annoying is if you go for Goblin Huts and your opponent spams into you, you're consistently getting good trades. It's practically impossible to break through Goblin Hut and Bowler. This guy, he knows the way. Also, that voice crack was pretty spicy, if I do say so myself. I want to get the Lumberjacks and the Inferno Dragon cycled as much as I can. I don't even really care what happens to the cards that much. I just want to not die as I get to my toxic evolutions. Also, he's going to have poison, so it's looking like it's likely going to be a graveyard deck. If it's going to be graveyard, he's probably going to be playing Witch and then fueling the skeletons with the graveyard so that he can heal up his Witch as much as possible. But our toxic strategy torches the other toxic strats with the Bowler knocking the Witch away, Lightning eradicating any support cards near a Goblin Hut. Like, he is going to struggle so hard in this situation. Also, I want an Electro Giant right now, and I want to get pushed by the Bowlers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop on the outside, and maybe, just maybe, it will not go towards the Goblin Hut. We'll have to wait and see if it works out in our favor. Oh man, it's unfortunate. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I guess he dropped a really good Goblin Hut placement. But also, we're going to use Bar Barrel on defense to clean up most of the skeletons here. And then you're going to notice how good this deck is on offense if you play it well. We're at Tornado so we can clean up the Witch skeletons, have our Inferno Dragon lock onto the Witch now, and then the Electro Giant's on the tower. It's only like 2 HP, but watch how much damage we get. Oh, is this just game? Is it already over? You're dropping an Ice Wizard, but you can't handle the heat, my guy. That is so much damage. And then the best thing about it is we're using his cards again for more offensive play. So we're going to drop a Goblin Hut here. He's going to have an Ice Wizard. We're forcing a Poison, and we can fantastically go in for another stupid spam strategy with the Evolved Inferno Dragon. So I'm going to go in for an Electro Giant here, and then he's going to Graveyard me, but I think I'm okay if I can get a Bar Barrel down and clean up the skeletons and defend against the Knight with that. We'll see. Ooh, I'm kind of clenchy, not gonna lie. But the Inferno Dragon, oh baby, you're not ready. This is why this deck is at the top of the charts for toxicity. I didn't even need a Lightning. That was just an unbelievably stupid flex for me. Oh, is he gonna lose the Witch too? Okay, all right, he's gonna get 3 crowned as well. I don't even have a freeze in my deck. I don't even have anything else, and we don't need it. Bro is getting absolutely throttled and melted. I love it. Oh my gosh, we pulled back the Knight when we weren't even trying to. Let's drop a Goblin Hut just for good measure, just to flex a little bit. It's for fun anyway. And this game is unbelievably done. The Lumberjack almost 3-crowned the guy too. And he's playing one of the best decks in the game with Graveyard and Witch Evolution. And the fact that he still got destroyed is hilarious. In good conscience, this guy couldn't even find opportunities to cycle his Evolved Witch, which is one of the best cards in the game because it got eradicated by Lightnings and knocked down by the Bowler. It's honestly a bit sad to see my main deck in Clash Royale topping the charts as one of the most toxic decks in the game. But it had to be done. Royal recruits, they require no strategic placement or timing really. Oh wow, that's pretty satisfying, Electro Spirit. But not for us, it's a little bit better for our brother. We're going to go for our Fly Machine in the back, and we want to cycle our Royal Recruits pretty early on because we can cost effectively defend against most things with our Zappies, our Goblin Cage, and of course our Goblin Demolisher, which feels like a mini built-in giant skeleton when it's defending and the opponent's trying to attack into you. They're not necessarily going to get good trades. Also, we want to stun our Zappies at different times. If you guys are noticing something, this RG might not even get a hit. Yeah, that's why Zappies are so good with freaking Royal Recruits. If you can go for Zappies and they don't attack at the same time, it goes stun, stun, stun instead of stun, stun, stun. If the stuns all happen at the same time, you're not necessarily going to get the maximum value. If you stun one after another, then the brother is probably not going to be having a good time. Also, I'm going to go Royal Recruits here because I don't want him to activate King Tower with the Fisherman, so he has to defend against the rushing Recruits. I dropped them at the start, they did damage, and now they're going to do more. The charging Royal Recruits are so annoying because if one just gets near the tower and it charges, it's really a ton. If one locks onto a Firecracker or a range card, a lot of times you can just end up killing it with arrows or something else afterward. There's a lot of problems in this game with Royal Recruits because the card is so easy to play. When you lose against it, you're likely going to be pissed. You shouldn't ever be looking at this card and be like, why is this so good? Also, Demolisher is such a goated card too. We force out a Fisherman. A lot of times you're going to be able to bait out buildings. And it's just funny because if the opponent wastes a building on top of Royal Recruits or they waste the building on the wrong thing, they're definitely going to get cooked. I think we got to go for a Goblin Cage here just to pull in the RG. We'll see how this goes. He'll just kill everything, though. I don't think he's able to kill that too badly. Oh, no, that's kind of annoying. That's kind of annoying. He's pushing it back. Bro played really, really well. I got to give credit where credit is due. That was a phenomenal counter push with the Evolved Hunter, and he got a lot more damage than I thought he would. But I also don't think I played perfect. We're just going to drop our Royal Recruits in the back and run it back. This is how the game is meant to be played. Full steam, skill ahead. Until the opponent's dead. You guys know how it be, baby. All right, so we're going to hog left side because he just cycled his Fisherman. It's not really a play that he can cost effectively do and then defend. It's so punishing when he doesn't have the correct answer. And then obviously, I think he pulls the Demolisher into the tower here. So I wonder how that goes for him. Oh, it didn't lock directly on the tower, but pretty darn close. Oh my gosh. That is insanely lucrative for us. Screw it. We're just going to go for Royal Recruits because we still have a Zappy, and then we can go Goblin Cage afterward and then still push the Royal Giant off. It's insane how good Zappies are. They are extremely underrated and definitely one of the most hated. I'm going to cycle a Hog into this. I don't think he's going to be back to a good response. Also, I'm going to arrow so I can kill the Fisherman a little bit faster. Unfortunately, he was back to a response, but it's practically dead now. So there is that. It's going to be gone with the wind until I win, my dudes. So yeah, we're just going to go and cycle another Goblin Cage here, drop our Electro Spirit, and then see how this goes because I'm pretty confident that he gets 0 hits yet again. It's insane to think that this is how Clash Royale is played right now, but if the opponent has big beatdown pushes, they practically get no value. The Demolisher almost always reaches the tower, and then the opponent's wasting Elixir with a bad play going in for the Fisherman there. So obviously, I don't want to cycle our Recruits or anything that's bad here. I just want to get away with more Goblin Cages and Zappies because each time he drops a Royal Giant and he gets like 1 hit, maybe even that, it's never going to be a lucrative interaction. We're going to drop more Royal Recruits. I was kind of thinking I was like lagging for a second. I was like, where are they not dropped? And then I realized that my brain's lagging because I'm playing Royal Recruits. Hog Rider is going to go left side so that we can do split lane pressure a little bit more. And I think that the game is ours if I go in for a Fly Machine because he's going to pull a Recruit instead of the Hog and then the game's just over. So that's how the game works. You can take a tower from half HP if you do split lane pressure. You're not forced to go in the lower HP tower the entire time. All those cycle decks with Hog Rider and Minor Poison that can shut down Royal Giant and beat down pushes like our deck aren't capable of taking a tower as quick as Royal Recruits. Royal Recruits have the best of both worlds, amazing offense and defense, and they require literally 0 thought process. You guys might be wondering, how does a deck get even more toxic than the last one with Royal Recruits? Well, if you play this, every time that the opponent drops a card, they're going to get a negative Elixir trade. They drop a counter to Suspicious Bush. Well, guess what? You drop 2 Elixir against the Suspicious Bush. We're still using it to tank, and then we get a positive Elixir trade with the arrows on the Spirit Goblins. So we got damage and we got an Elixir advantage, and then we're forcing even more stuff. If he wants to defend this, it's going to take a lot of Elixir. Each 1 Elixir Ice Spirit is going to do damage to the tower, or he's going to spend Elixir that he doesn't have. Also, if we use the Cannoneer, as you guys are about to see, we can one-shot cards like a freaking Bomber that's level 16. It's just gone. It doesn't even matter to me. Also, we can go in for the Suspicious Bush to tank, so we might be able to kill his entire Pekka on his side of the arena. Tell me that's not a joke, guys. Like, that's crazy. It's insane. And he's running one of the more toxic decks in Clash too, but it doesn't really matter that much to me. If I'm being real with you guys, don't really care that he's running Goblin Giant with Pekka Evolution. These cards just fall flat into us. Oh wait, he missed the Dark Goblin, which I guess a lot of people miss Firecrackers. I have not seen the Dark Goblin miss in a while. But I guess if you are playing a strategy that involves low skill, more likely than not, you will make more mistakes. This deck, even though it is toxic, it does require a little bit more thought process than Royal Recruits and a little bit more thought process than the Electro Giant deck. But it's basically relying on mechanics. Once you know how to kite things and operate 1 or 2 Elixir cards really cost effectively, you're just going to continuously get good trades. Yeah, that's a 4 Elixir card that he just cycled with his Pancake, and it was level 16. and it still didn't do enough. Like, he actively got a bad trade, spending 2 more elixir than me. It's insane. And he took damage too. And he didn't do anything to me with the Electro Wizard. That's stupid. It's stupid. This deck is so silly. Every time that I play it, I just get good trades. And I don't think that's how the game should be played. I genuinely think that out of all the decks that I'm going to be showing today, this one deserves the nerf the most. I hate losing to it. I think that Royal Recruits are toxic and all, but man, this deck is just so good if you play it with an ounce of skill. I mean, like, look at this guy's deck. He's going to have arrows. He's going to have multiple spells. He's also going to have a bomber and Electro Wizard. Like, how do you get more than that and still get cooked, right? Like, this is insane. This is crazy. I'm going to go boss ban on the other side, so then the Suspicious Bush forces out a counter. Then I'm going to go Spear Goblins, so then he has to go Pekka. The boss bandit reaches the tower because the Spear Goblins pull the Pekka. Like, everything is going wrong right now for man. He's getting shocked. He's got the shockwave, but he is absolutely destroyed. Oh my goodness, what if I go Dark Goblin here and you can't arrows both of them? Yeah, that's kind of a problem. This is a silly deck. Clash Royale, maybe you should look at your strategies and understand that some of them just really aren't balanced. This is incredible that they left this in the game for this long. Take a look at this guy's deck with 3 small spells, Goblin Curse, Arrows, Rage, with Electro Wizard and a Bomber, and he still got absolutely annihilated. In the history of Clash Royale, bait decks have always lost to decks like this, but now I'm beating them consistently without any issues. Okay, so the next one is Goblin Curse Giant. There's a lot of GGs here, but there's no good games for our opponent. That's what's up. I want to go in for guards just because I want to incentivize him to spam into our annoying little Dagger Duchess. And most of the time, Dagger Duchess is just bad, but when you're running a deck like this that just wants to attack at all points in time, I don't really have to respond to as many cards. That's going to be Royal Recruits. It's going to be a little bit annoying, but I'm hoping that he's got bait cards so we can go for Goblin Curse and then Zap. If you didn't know, there's a couple combinations with Goblin Curse that people don't talk about. The first one is Goblin Curse plus Evolve Zap is one of the best card combos in the entire game. The reason why it's so darn good is Goblin Curse will actually allow you to kill fireballies. That means that people that are playing barbs, fly machines, that type of stuff just dies to Goblin Curse plus Evolve Zap. Also, you might be like, Jake, you just lost the tower. You're done. You guys don't know. You haven't seen this strategy before. It's
absolutely diabolical. If I lose a tower, I literally don't even care.
Which is insane. That's not how the game should be played. I firmly believe that if you lose a tower, you should be like, oh, I'm scared. I don't like how this game went. For me, it's like, it's all part of the plan. Completely calculated. Not really calculated. Like, obviously, I don't want to lose a tower here, but it doesn't matter. This deck's defenses against beatdown decks aren't necessarily always the best. Also, this guy's running a toxic deck too, but what we try to do is just drop Goblin Machine with Goblin Curse, and it gives you insane value. Like, the Goblin Machine did a lot there. Then I go for the Rage, and then I steal his cards, and they get turned into goblins behind my giant, and I take the tower every time. If they have bait cards, they literally can't defend. It's just impossible. So I look at it, I'm like, should be scary. I've played this deck too many times. I've played these games before. Its defenses aren't the best. It's mostly meant to defend against, like, cheap offenses. Traditionally, if the opponent goes in for a cheap offensive guards or something, you're fine. Oh, wait, we can Inferno Dragon here, and then go guards afterward. This is great. I really like this. Thanks for just dropping a lot of stuff, my guy. Oh, wait, we're gonna do the Goblin game. It's the Goblin game, guys. Oh my gosh, we won the Goblin game. 9 wins, said my Goblins. What if I go for double Giants? What if we do the double Giant domination out here? I'm not gonna go for 2 Inferno Dragons because I think that's a little bit silly, but I think I just wanna rage this up so my Inferno Dragon hopefully wins. Aw, damn, he got me. He cooked me a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. I think we still 3 crown. I think the Giant's just gonna do so much freaking damage right now. So the thing is, I want a 3 crown with the Evolved Inferno Dragon because it's way more fun. I want to get back to another one. I don't know if I can. He's definitely going to go for a Goblin Giant in the pocket. He feels it. He's feeling it right now, Mr. Krabs. Or at least, I think he should be. I don't know. We're going to rage this up just so we can do a little bit of extra damage. Go for our Giant right now. And definitely win the match as long as I can get guards down, which I should be able to. There's literally no shot but bro's able to stop this. It's absolutely absurd that I can consistently tell you guys that Whenever I play this deck and I lose a tower, I just win the next ones. It just doesn't matter to me. As you can see, I didn't cut any of the games out in the battle log. I don't understand how these decks are this strong. Clash Royale is just letting me push out free to 7,000 in the world. And we were at unranked before the start of the video, just free wins back to back to back. The unrivaled comeback potential that this deck orchestrates feels unreal. Imagine fitting Evolved Inferno Dragon with Elixir Golem, Battle Healer, and Elite Barbarians all in one deck. Yeah, that's what this thing does. So, we're ready to just full send it with Inferno Dragon in the back and not necessarily care. Hey, it's our old friend, Bait. So this is what we played earlier. I'm about it. I think I should have probably played this a little bit differently and not spammed all my stuff at the start, but I just wanted to full send it, you know? Sometimes you're feeling it and you're like, you know, there's no other way to play Clash Royale. Just a hands-off approach. Watch your cards, play them out, and see what happens. I could also rage this up and see if we can get some extra Inferno Dragon action, but I don't know. Oh. And that's all she wrote, folks. It's already over. Letty just left the match and let it happen. And the poison on the King Tower is just exemplifying that you are what we eat. We eat poisons, we become toxic. And this is undeniably the most toxic deck in the game. Throw some toxic goop on the like button, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.